Hi, I'm TJ Kaminski. I go to CSI and I'm in the mechatronics pathway. And this is my Capstone project, which is a 3D printer filament recycler. I chose this project because I got into 3D printing about a year and a half ago. And when I was first starting off, all my prints were messing up. I couldn't get my filament to stick to my bed correctly. So I was like, I wish there was some way that I didn't have to keep wasting all this filament and I could just reuse it. So then I sat on that idea for about a year. And then they introduced the Capstone project, and I saw this as a perfect opportunity to take my idea that I've had in my head for a very long time and put into full effect. So as I started this project, I had the main idea to just make something that would heat up this tip, just like a 3D printer. It would push material through, and it would come out into a filament that I could put into my 3D printer that I have at home. But as I was sketching and thinking about this idea, I realized that I need somehow to get these misprints and these solid blocks of plastic into something that I could, like a more easy way to put it through the extruder. So I ended up making two parts of this project. I have the grinder / shredder here, and then I have the extruder here. So what I have here is my shredder. And so how I made this, I have 5 razor sharp gears inside, and if you see, it's very dangerous. So what happens is you would take like a misprint or a raft from a 3D print, you would put it in the machine, you would then either get an Allen wrench or an Allen wrench drill bit, and then you would put it in this bolt and then twist it. And then all the small pieces that would come out are collected in this red bin right here and would then be put in the extruder.
Here's a video of the shredder in action and a close-up of how the gears actually work. So as you can see, all these gears are razor sharp and create a lot of pressure in between. So when a simple piece of raft that I made on one of my prints is put in, it's crushed by the pressure of all the gears coming in turn with each other, which then causes it to be put in these small pieces that I can then use and put right into my extruder and become reusable filament. So now I will show you this shredder in action, powered by this drill. Very not safe and kind of overkills the filament, but it does look pretty cool. All that is great, but if I just have a bunch of little pieces, I can't really put those in my 3D printer. So this is where the extruder part comes into play. So what I did is I reused some old soldering irons that I had in my garage, and I put them into this aluminum block by using these pins as almost acting as a tip for the soldering iron. They go directly to the center of this aluminum block, which heats up, which in turn heats up this copper extruder head that I got from an old welder, and it heats up enough to melt the plastic. It gets very hot, so it's not very you can't touch it, obviously, but it all is it's driven by this car window motor and a drill bit that looks like this that is run in the backwards direction, so it pushes material to the tip, which is then heated up and then put into a plastic, or a 1.75 millimeter thick PLA plastic, which in turn I can then put into my 3D printer and reuse my filament. So now I'll show you the extruder in action. So how you start, you would first turn on the power strip, which starts to heat up the heating block, which you can tell because there's lights in the soldering irons, which light it up so everybody can know that it's on and it is hot. And then once the head is heated up enough, you then turn on the motor, which then starts grinding material and pushing it through here into the heating block, which then is put out in this filament, as you can see. Thank you guys for watching. This has been my 2018 senior capstone project. I learned a lot through the process of this project. I learned that every little mistake that you can make that you think is going to be won't matter can end up hurting you in the long run, and that precision is definitely key to a project like this.